Hi there, everyone. I'm Juan, and today we are going to talk about how to introduce ourselves in English. So, what did I just did? I just introduced myself very briefly, very simple to you, and we are going to talk today about different aspects of introducing ourselves. First, we are going to more or less develop the model that everyone gets told in a school that they're going to present themselves with. So, in a school, you're always going to get the I am blah blah blah, I am 20 something years old, for example, and I am, for example, a worker of construction, right? So this is very simple, but if you use it normally in an English conversation, you're going to be really, really, really taken as a really little English talker, let's say. So we are going to use today different ways to talk in English, maybe more creative. We are going to talk about also which kind of questions do you get answered when you are introducing yourself. And also, we are going to do it the simple way, which is this one. So first, our most simple way to do this introduction, as they say in school, well, you need to tell your name for sure. So, for example, I will say, I am Juan. You gotta tell your age. So I should say I am 22 years old. And then the different questions will just start coming to us. So there's the first question that is really, really, really useful, which is, where are you from? Okay, so you will say, I am Juan and I'm from Spain. I'm from a city in Alicante called Petrer. So that is also the next step to finalize and, let's say, the introduction of yourself. There is another very, very, very useful question that is, what do you do? Well, you're Juan, you're 22 old years old, and you're from Alicante, so what do you do? Okay, so I will say I'm a youth worker right now for Hodinaha, but all this data that I'm saying, you can use it and you can use it your own way. So maybe if you're a computer programmer, you can say, okay, so my name is Evan, I'm 27, and I program computers. That's what I do for a living, and that's totally okay. So, third question, it will be like, what are your special skills, right? What are you really skilled about? I will say, for example, that one of my special skills is that I really like to treat with people and I enjoy treat people. So that is, for example, my special skill or what I consider to be one of my special skills. As I say, this is me doing an example. You should do it your own way. Maybe one of your own skills is that you read a lot and you know a lot of things and you have a really high data remembering technique. So that it could be perfectly one of your own best skills, and you should say it in your own conversation because it's a way of introducing yourself in an interactive way. And for me, the last question it will be, what are you passionate about? That might be kind of a personal question, but it also reflects a lot who you are. There are a lot of things that reflect who we are with a simple view. The first view people get from us, maybe how we dress, maybe how we talk, our education, and this kind of, let's say, first glance aspects that we have. But what are you passionate about? Probably is the best way and to entertain a person when you're introducing yourself, and it could be triggering their attention. So, what are you passionate about? For example, I will say I'm passionate with sports, I'm passionate about history, philosophy, art history, and so on. But you can be passionate about, I don't know, drinking wine. Or you can be passionate about films, or you can be passionate about watching TV shows. So you should say it, and I'm sure that with this introduction, you will conquer everyone's expectations and you will be ready to go on with the conversation. And last but not least, I wanted to talk to you about introducing yourself in a formal situation and in a situation that is more informal. So, for example, in a formal situation, which can be, for example, an interview for a job, you should prepare yourself a little bit because it's really important that the people you're going to talk to notice that you prepared that beforehand. It's an education process as well. So if you arrive to this place where you're going to do the job interview, you should introduce yourself politely, for example, to the person who is giving you the okay for your entrance to the next step. So you should say, for example, my name is Juan, and I have an appointment with Mr. Wilson at 13 o'clock. So that way they already know your name, they already know that you have an appointment, and you are entering in a good way. That's the easy part, right? Then you should prepare yourself because it depends of which job, for example, you're searching for, you will get different answers. So try to prepare it beforehand and try to always be polite. Is use words like may I, should, could you, because it will help you to look much more proficient in English, and it will help you that to seem that you really are prepared beforehand going. So it is a very useful way to notice and outstand yourself for the rest. Lastly, to introduce yourself in an informal situation when you are making new friends or you're getting to know new people, there are two or three major points, which is the point number one for sure. It will be that you will say your name very quickly, because when you say your name very quickly, the other person notices that you are interested in engaging a conversation with that people with that person. So you need to say your name quickly if you are comfortable, of course. There is a second one, and it's highlight something. Highlight something that makes you unique or special. So, for example, if I get to know a friend here, I will say, I'm Juan, but I am originally from Spain because now I am living in the Czech Republic. So, that is already a thing that will separate me from the rest of the people this person is knowing every day. They are not originally from Spain. They are not living in the Czech Republic for a little time. So that will already outstand me as a different person. And I would say that the third point is for sure try to make a reference to something that is very famous, something that almost everyone saw. For example, you can do a reference to a TV show. So you can say, my name is John, like Jon Snow in Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones for now is a TV show that almost everyone watched, or almost everyone knows that it exists. So they will for no show they should know some names of the characters, right? Another really famous character, for example, it's the series of Friends. For example, everyone knows a little bit about Friends. So you can say, okay, my name is Rachel, like the Rachel of Friends. And from there on, you will have a conversation for sure, even if it is one conversation about one TV show you don't really know very well. You already broke there in the conversation, you had an opening, and from there on, everything will be easier.